I go a cappella. Ding, 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 ding. All right. Well, welcome back to the Young Crumbs podcast. Sean, how are you?
Good, Michael. How are you?
I am very well. Just came back from a wedding. We're in the Blue Mountains.
Wow.
Did you know we had a tour bus driver?
Were they blue?
A little blue.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, a little. We had a tour bus driver and he was telling us fun facts about the land on the way down into the valley that we went into for the wedding.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Who
Really?
knew? Yeah, who knew the Blue Mountains were not part of the Great Dividing Range?
Get out of town.
Get out.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought they were.
I thought they were
it was just
too.
one big range.
Because they divide the
Yeah,
range.
they divide the
You know
range.
what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't realise, like I learnt about the Great Dividing Range in school, of course. It's like a big mountain line in Australia's east coast. Kind of separates the coast from the country a little bit.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until I was driving to Orange kind of recently, like the last 6 months, that I realised you go over the mountains and then into the country and it's all flat. And I was like, oh, it's like it divides it.
Yeah. Well,
And I only picked that up. And I said it to Lyndal like it was some innovative idea.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, it makes so
why
much
don't they
sense.
call it the dividing range? And then that's why they call it the dividing range. Or because of you. Because you figured it
I
out.
figured it out.
Yeah.
They changed it.
Well, I remember learning
Line
in
of
school.
Mountain.
The line of mountain.
Line of Mountain.
I remember in school they taught us that the reason that there's a desert in Australia in the middle is because like the rain clouds can't pass over the range. So like all the rain clouds would go to like the coast, and then like all those mountains would block like the clouds from getting rain to
Right, because
Yeah.
it has to push the clouds
Yeah,
up.
I mean they're not really tall
right.
mountains, but like I feel like them being high enough sort of like I guess stops it somehow. I guess, but anyways,
Who
that's
knows?
what
It's
I.
probably
that's what I
something
heard.
too complicated for our simple brains to understand.
So,
Are you-
Michael, let's talk about it being the last episode. This is the last episode.
This is the last episode. So it's been 2 weeks since our last
episode.
our previous episode.
We've both
we
been
should
busy.
say.
You've been.
Yep.
We're both on holidays, and then we came back, and then we're planning it, and then you got COVID.
Yeah.
So then you had to stay indoors for a week, and then it was all a big hoo ha.
It's been a big kerfluffle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, January is always a bit of a busy month for everybody, so it was like we're now at the end of it.
Yep.
It's the last episode.
We've got some lovely messages from people.
Yeah, when we had talked about it a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
We didn't even put anything on our Instagram story at all saying that it's like
Nah,
the end.
I'll put up a post saying it's our final
Well,
episode.
I want to get a photo and stuff of us later.
Yeah.
But for later in this episode, we're having Lyndal and Katherine on
Yeah.
as the final episode. Probably the two number one guests, like the number one fans, I'd say.
They've both listened to every
I think
single
both
episode.
of them have listened to
I'm
every
pretty
single
sure.
one. I reckon we should run through some tests or something. We should write down like some trivia
quiz them.
questions.
On episode 57,
And episode 57.
what did Michael have to say about cemeteries?
What if I reckon if we scroll through some episodes, I reckon I could find like some
Put together some trivia.
What was Michael's Subway order? Go.
Oh.
No,
And then Linda will just write on a piece of paper, trash.
Yeah,
And then-
trash.
and then-
Oh, you actually got really salty about
Yeah.
it. The bloody Subway sandwich. I remember that. She
was
was
funny.
not happy about it.
No.
Yeah, so we'll have those two on as the special guests, and they're going to be our last episode. We're
That'll be
in
fun.
Lyndal's apartment, so if it's a little bit echoey and a bit different, that's probably why. But I
That's
think it'll
why.
be fine. I don't think it's
Yeah.
that. We don't have that powerful mics for it to be
No,
pick up everything.
Yeah.
But yeah. So this would be the last episode.
Yeah, I'm very, like, a bit sad. You know, I'm a bit
Yeah,
like,
it's
oh,
a
this
little
is
bit
so,
sad.
like, this is so.
I think it's nice because it's like a closing of a chapter. It was sort of like a nice.
Yeah, it's cool. And I think now, like, I think COVID's kind of, at least the talk of COVID all the time, and like
coming
new
to an end,
laws, and, like
mostly,
it's
yeah.
kind of coming to an end a little bit,
Which is great.
which is awesome. Speaking of COVID ending, I got to dance on the weekend. I went to a wedding.
a bit of a boogie. Which is weird because nightclubs are closed, but then you can dance.
But weddings are exempt. You can dance at weddings.
Dance at a wedding.
Tell you what, they should ban it after seeing some of the dance moves of the 50-year-olds.
Oh yeah, rough.
Oh, it's like their joints don't have full range of motion anymore, and they
Well, that is what happens
They just
when you get to
can't.
that age.
They kind of move like stiff boards.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a plank of wood.
It's like you're flexing a piece of cardboard. It's like as much finesse as a front door, basically.
But
just
yeah,
opening a front
yeah,
door.
yeah.
That's their dance.
I got my dad up to dance. My mum loves a little boogie.
Yeah.
And we pulled mum up to dance, and then dad was sitting over there being boring, and I went and got him up to dance with mum and
Bit of
whatever.
a boogie.
And I don't think I've ever seen my dad dance until this.
And how'd he go? How did Paul go?
Let's just say I know why he doesn't always get up to dance.
Oh, no way.
Nah, he's
Don't be
all right.
like that.
But it's so funny. All the oldies, their moves are straight from like the Grease era.
Yeah.
Like they're doing the twist.
Yeah,
they're doing the foot shuffle. They're doing the, you know. And I saw every like older couple that danced together.
Yeah.
Just
nailed it.
Just so in sync.
Yeah, really.
Just so in
Fair
sync.
enough.
It's like they used to do it.
Dancing's not that hard.
I
You just sort of got to like groove to the beat.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
but they were in sync with each other.
You don't have to have like any dance moves in particular. You sort of got to like, do
Just
a
step.
bit of a bop, bit of a step, maybe throw your hands out a little bit. That's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the best wedding food you think you've ever?
Oh, good question. I'll tell you the worst wedding food I've ever had.
Okay.
Hopefully no one's listening. Where I went out to a wedding in Byron, and it was really, really nice area. And then you know how in weddings it's like you don't pick what you get. It's just like the person next to you gets this, and then you get that, and then the person next to you gets like there's like two or three meals, and they just hand them all
randomly
out.
drop them around.
And I got I think it was this cold risotto for an entree, which was okay, but it was like. It was cold and it wasn't much, but it was all right. But then the main meal, it was some raw fish or something. I don't even know. I think it was like raw barramundi or something like that.
Like sushi?
Yeah, something like that. And then the other one was a steak. But then I got stitched up with the raw fish, and I was like, and I remember because my whole family's vegan, so they got some vegan thing, and they said theirs was bad too. So we were just like, and this is our cousin's wedding, and we're just like, you don't want to be those people that are like, oh, we didn't eat enough, the food sucks. It's like, yeah, this is delicious, we promise. And then as soon as we got home and we were trying to Uber Eats food because we were so hungry because our food sucked, and we were trying to we got home at like midnight, so it was impossible, but we tried our best. But yeah. Did you have good wedding food, did you?
It was the best wedding food I've ever had.
Really?
There was no individual dishes.
You just had sausage rolls, didn't you?
No. Yeah. So, it was all nibbles.
No nibbles.
They came around with some nibbles to start, and all the nibbles were great. I didn't turn down any. They were all delicious.
Arancini balls.
We had arancini balls with a bit of aioli.
Oh, yum.
Nom. Yeah. But instead of doing individual dishes. Hey, you suck.
Whoa.
And you?
A collective diss. Come on, not an individual one. Hey, you all suck.
No, they did, instead of individual dishes, they did like big bowls of each type of food.
Okay.
So there was like roast veggies with some like Kipler potatoes,
Cool.
like little crispy potatoes.
So what, they had
some
like
ravioli,
a big bowl of like steak or something?
And so everyone had their own pair of tongs. And you took from the big bowls that like you'd put on, so you could control the portions of everything you did.
What other like
and people
things in bowls were there?
There was not pork shoulder, lamb shoulder that was like fall off the bone, like shredded.
Oh, delicious.
Like it's so nice.
Yeah.
There was some sweet potato ravioli in like a butter sauce.
Oh, yum.
It was
sounds great.
It was so tasty.
Yeah.
Some roast potatoes.
Yeah.
And roast veggies, which always go a long way.
Yeah.
And then there was some like chicken in like a curry sauce, almost like a butter chicken,
almost like a lamb sauce kind of thing.
But everything was nice.
Yeah.
There was no bad dishes there.
That's good.
But you could control your portions. People that eat a lot could eat a lot without having to take from other people. There was no dish swapping.
No.
Because everyone just gets the same stuff.
You literally get to pick what you want to eat. So you can get whatever you want.
And it's not like any vegans or vegetarians just picked from the vegetarian options. How did that work? There was no crossover.
They have just one table of all food, and then it's like everyone sat down, and then like everyone can just go up and get
No.
Or is it like per table?
Dishes were brought out to the table. So each table would get one of each dish, and they would share amongst everyone on the table.
That's awesome.
It was so
it was literally like your table.
It was a bit like a buffet that comes to you.
Oh, that's great.
But food was magnificent.
Yeah.
It was so nice. It was at like a vineyard down in like a valley in the Blue Mountains.
Yeah.
Awesome
near the
place.
Dividing Range.
Yeah,
not
awesome
the
place
Dividing
to
Range.
see. You ever seen the view in the Blue Mountains of outside of the hydroelectric hotel?
No.
It's like a big white hotel, like real fancy looking, that you just pass going through the mountains.
Hydroelectric hotel.
It's called the hydroelectric,
cool. Yeah.
But it's got this crazy view. Anyways, anyone that's going through should stop at the hydroelectric.
Yeah,
and look
I
over the
honestly
edge.
haven't gone to the Blue Mountains very often. I think I've
Like
passed
much at all?
through. I've seen the Three Sisters once, and that's about it.
Yeah, right.
I've never like gone in like to any of the local towns or whatever.
Yeah, cool. There's a lot of cool little towns there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's I highly recommend anyone. Catherine, you should do it.
I've heard of. We can tell her tonight.
We could.
But I heard there was someone's wedding that they went to. I don't know whose it was, but they had the similar thing with the buffets.
Yeah.
But instead of every table gets like a bit, it was one big buffet table. And then each individual table took turns going up and getting what they want and then coming back.
Yeah.
Which is all right, but I think I'd prefer yours where it's like you can just keep picking at it. Because if you can't, like if you've already eaten, you kind of got to let everyone else go.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's good.
So yummy.
Food makes or breaks an event.
Whenever I taste really nice food, it makes me want to then get into cooking.
Oh, really?
Because I'm like, I can never replicate this at home. But imagine if you could. Imagine if you could replicate like a restaurant style, like off the bone pork shoulder that just melts in your mouth at home.
I wish.
Oh.
Yeah, then you got to spend 12 hours
you got to
smoking it or something like that. Get a smoker or something like that.
Sacrifice a child to Gordon Ramsay.
Speaking of food, I got this funny Instagram page that I found.
Okay, what is it?
It was basically
because you've written here stupid Instagram food.
So it was just this
content.
dude. I saw it on Reddit, and it was just like it was like, I think it was Casual UK. He's like, I just met this guy who has this Instagram page where he just takes photos of what he eats and uploads it. And it's like the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. And it's so funny. Like, all right, just like, look, here it is.
I'm going to explain some of these
Just
dishes.
grab anything, and because he'll explain what he eats. He's like, it's like this, and this. So just grab one and just read it out.
Hot dogs. Oh gosh. It's just a plate full with hot dogs.
Yeah.
Garlic. Hot dogs, garlic, mushrooms, garlic caheves, and cheese and ham caheves, garlic mayonnaise. It's like he got oven food. It's just oven food and hot dogs.
But there's some in there where it's like such a weird mix.
With mayonnaise on top of it.
But like, that's like just grabbing 3 or 4 things out of the oven and just going, yeah, sweet. like just put
it's
all
like
that.
every meal's made up of just like some oven food. Fries, onion rings, fish pie, garlic mayo. Oh, and he's just chucked it on a plate.
Yeah.
Garlic lamb, steak, sprouts, spinach, Yorkshire puddings, cheese sauce, lovely.
Lovely. He says lovely. That's the best part. He says lovely after every single post.
These don't sound that crazy if I'm reading them out.
Yeah.
But I think you have to see them.
You got to see them.
You got to see them because they look ridiculous.
They look rancid.
They look ridiculous.
And like, I don't want to be that person that's like he's eating whatever he wants. Like, who cares? But it's just...
It's not good for
beef
you.
stew and sausages, lovely. There was one in here where you, like, it's just like the most weirdest, like, why would you eat those 2 combinations of food?
Is it like just baked
This one
beans
right
and
here,
broccoli
rice pudding and fruit and a bag of French fries. What? Why are you eating that?
Good on him.
Like, rice pudding is sweet.
Yeah, but with
It's
fruit,
nice.
that would be like a yogurt almost.
That'd be a delicious... But it's like eating
but then with
a packet
fries,
of Smith chips with it as well.
And
it's
then,
like, what?
And then treating that whole thing like a meal is the craziest part.
Yeah, you've got to see the photos of these because it makes it so much worse.
Harlow, what's the guy's Instagram handle if anyone wants to look at them?
Super Ped Jason. So Super PED Jason. He's got 30,000 followers. Decided to have normal meal tonight. Fish fingers, cheese, ham wraps, cheese, ham, kebs. Oh, this is what you read out before. And fish, baked pie, garlic mayo, and orange juice. Lovely. There's one on here where he's eating soup.
I'd like to see his fridge, just what's in it. It's
soup?
probably just mayo, like a cheese sauce, and other disgusting stuff.
I'm going to follow it because I actually don't follow it. This one says soup and dry toast. This is what I have for tea, stomach problems. I wonder why you're having stomach problems, bro. Like,
when you look at the colours of his meals, how I judge the healthiness of a diet is how much colour is in it.
It's the colour for sure.
If it's all like fry, oil, yellow,
it's all just like a
brown,
beige. It's all like a beige. Yeah.
Then it's not good for you.
This
you need some orange.
You need some green or something. You need some green. This one's green. Sausage rolls, tomato sauce, ketchup, apple. So apple sauce spelt wrong, as in sauce as in like, and ice cream. It's got ice cream there in the top right.
That's disgusting. Where does the apple sauce go?
The applesauce with tomato sauce in the same little Tupperware container. Ew, bro. What the hell? I would not eat that. I would not eat that in a heartbeat. That's disgusting.
Do you ever, when you were kids, did you ever have, like when you and your siblings were kids, did your parents ever make you something that was unique to your family?
Yeah,
like
I'm sure.
Something that no one else did?
No, almost, yeah, for sure.
Lyndal,
but I can't really think, but yeah.
Lyndal introduced me when we first started dating to like what she has as a quick snack, and that is a wrap, like a tortilla wrap. You get a whole banana, put it, straighten the banana out, kind of like break it up a little bit, put it in a long ways with peanut butter, and you wrap it up. It is the tastiest, most filling snack you can ever have. And if you want to make it a bit more desserty, sprinkle a bit of Milo in.
Yeah. Or even like, you can put like chocolate sauce or something in there, maybe. Like, you know, mix it up.
It's like a little banana wrap, split wrap.
Idea.
Yeah.
What's your like go-to snack then? Like, well, what did you show her? Did you have anything? Because yours would just be like bread. Or Wheat Bix.
I just used to have Wheat Bix with like 10 teaspoons of sugar.
We should give Katherine Wheat Bix. Oh, she's probably had it before. She's been here before.
Yeah. I was going to give her some Vegemite. Going to go buy
I might like swing by the shops before I come tonight.
Yeah, it'd be cool to get a little something.
We'll get like a little some.
We were going to get food because it'll be like 6 o'clock.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Like, we should get food.
Yeah, we'll have some dinner here. We'll record the episode, maybe get some dinner, and then just
you want to go out and get
hang. Yeah, you can hang out. Like, I don't mind.
Go somewhere. Maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
We'll see what we're up to.
We'll see what we're up to.
Nothing's planned yet.
What are you talking about? Yeah, shitty food. My parents used to make what they called, when mum was like, had a big day at work or whatever, she would just make this called a platter. So it was just like this, like plastic plate, and she'd just throw like ham, like sliced cucumber, bread, other stuff, like grapes, like just heaps of just random
like
things.
A really weird charcuterie board.
Yeah, pretty like a really like a kid's version of charcuterie board. It's exactly what it was, and we loved it. We were like, "Yo, sick, a platter tonight, man!" All it was just like bread and ham. It was like a bread, but like
if we had make your own nights, it was just Wheat Bix. I just have Wheat Bix.
Yeah, it's easy. I'm confident. Like if I lived by myself, like I'm that kind of guy that could eat 3 or 4 meals and that's it for a whole week. I don't have to switch it up. I can eat the same thing.
You can eat the same thing.
I can eat the same thing every single.
Yeah. I'll do the same. I'll cook a whole packet of pasta for myself.
Yeah, I can
and have the same lunch and dinner for like 4 days.
Yeah, easily. I'm 100% the same on board.
Do you think a kid's version of a charcuterie board is a charcuterie? Like a charcuterie board.
That's a charcuterie board.
Charcuterie board.
Charcuterie board. Yeah, that's have you been watching the tennis, by the way?
No, I've watched some highlights of some big games. The Special K's one.
Yeah, so I watched that last night.
Kyrgios and Kokagakis or whatever his name is.
Well, so I don't usually watch tennis.
They're the Australian men's doubles team. Yeah.
Well, I don't usually watch tennis, and it's got me really invested. Like I watched Ash Barty.
Yeah, she won, didn't she?
She's bloody smoked them.
She smashed everyone.
I was talking to because I watched it with 2 mates last night, and I was like, why is she so good? Like she's incredibly
she's leagues ahead,
massively ahead. Like not even close. No one's even close.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? How did she not win last year? Like what happened? And they're like, oh, she just sort of stepped into it. Like I think she choked or something last year. But like for someone to be ahead of everyone and this be her first.
How long was her final match?
An hour.
It was an hour?
She won in 2 sets. 2 full.
That's the minimum.
2 sets.
Like that's the minimum.
Because it's best of 3. Yeah. She won both.
Yeah.
So 2. Yeah.
That's crazy. Like a tennis match can be over in an hour. Like they're fit as. You ever seen that clip of?
Oh, they're very fit.
There's a clip of Nadal and Djokovic.
Yeah.
Back in like 2008 or something, and they had a match that went for something like 6 hours, like 4.5 hours, because they just kept like neither of them could get ahead.
Yeah.
Like they just kept catching up to each other, and you got to win by 2 sets.
Yeah.
And Nadal ended up winning, I think. And the scorecard was huge just because they played so many games.
There's not many sports out there that last that long that are so taxing on the body. Cricket goes for ages, but it's not that. Like people sit around, a lot of standing around, not a lot of running. But
they were dead on their feet. They were like standing there because it was to win. It was to win one of the big cups or whatever.
Probably the US Open.
And they're standing there like like their bodies are cramping up.
Yeah,
Like
they're like,
while they're going through all the formalities, and the guy just stops what he's doing. He's like, "Can we get them chairs, please?"
Yeah.
And they get them chairs and water, and they're like, "Oh, thank fuck, I can sit down."
Oh,
like,
bro, you'd be dead.
They were legit. It's incredibly like moving to watch just how exhausting.
Yeah,
like
they were.
exhausted they
Imagine
look.
going all that way and then losing.
Yeah, highly recommend people looking it up. Crazy match.
7 hours or whatever, and then you lost. That's not good.
I wouldn't play again.
Nah,
I would retire.
But you have to have a serious passion for it. But tennis is fun. And yeah, I watched the doubles men's, and that was a lot of fun to watch. Like, I don't usually watch tennis, and then having like both teams be Australian, and Kyrgios is like an entertainer, so he loves it. So it makes it more fun to watch. Yeah. So I enjoyed it. But
Barty's nuts though.
Barty's nuts, bro. She was just like insane shots.
She's kind of like the Williams sisters when they were big.
Yeah.
Like Serena was like...
Is there a movie coming out about them?
Yeah, it's out. It's called
out?
King Richard. It's got Will Smith, and he's the dad of Serena and Venus Williams.
Yeah, okay.
And she did that. But Serena was like leagues ahead of any of the other female players. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Do you ever hear... I think we've talked about it before, the Battle of the Sexes thing.
What's that?
In tennis, it's like a very famous idea of like women and men playing against each other kind of thing.
Oh, yeah,
and like how it just never works out for anyone.
Yeah.
Like
well, they do mixed doubles.
They do mixed doubles, yeah.
And I was talking to my friends, I was like, do the guys only serve to the guys?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think guys don't serve.
Well, I was pretty amazed
I'm not sure.
to hear that the girls and guys get paid the same for tennis, which is pretty good. I was like, oh, cool.
I think if they're getting paid the same, the games should be the same length.
That's what I was also saying. I was like, but the guys have best of 5, girls are best of 3.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, interesting. Well, it's very rare to see a sport where both guys and girls get paid.
Yeah, equally.
Because a lot of sports, like the men's get watched.
They get more viewers.
Like, they get more viewers, so they get paid more.
It's all tied to
But
viewers.
I think tennis would be quite close because a lot of people watch the girls.
Yeah.
Like, that Ash Barty game, probably a lot of people were watching it. So.
I find, unfortunately, the sports in which females get paid pretty equally are the ones that are played at basically the same pace no matter what.
Yeah.
Like watching 2 men play tennis and 2
like
females play tennis, you can't tell a big difference between
it's a bit faster than men.
It's probably a little faster, but it's still very entertaining to watch.
Yeah.
Because there's amazing shots either way. They're still powerful and quick.
Yeah. But like watching like men's soccer versus girls soccer, it's like
so much faster.
It's like,
It's just
men's
quick.
soccer is so much. The only thing entertaining about girls soccer is that sometimes you have a really good girls soccer team come against a really bad one and they win like 8-0, which makes it entertaining. Like, oh, sick. Yeah. This is fun to watch.
There's lots of difference between like countries and how good they are.
And then sometimes with the guys, it'll end up being 0-0 or something like that. Yeah. And it's like, oh, that's boring. Yeah. But I was interested to hear that they got paid the same. I was like, oh, cool. We looked up how much Ash Barty won, I think, for winning the whole thing.
Just for the Australian Open?
Have a guess.
30 mil.
30 million?
Yeah,
what the hell?
It's a huge tennis tournament. Maybe not. Maybe like 2 million. I don't know.
3 million.
3 million. Oh, sorry. No, I did that thing where you guess way too high, and then the 3
piece of shit. You did exactly what that is. Oh, that annoys the fuck out of me. If people don't know what that is, who said it? I think it was like, I don't know, maybe a skit or something. But it's where someone says, "Oh, guess something," and you overshoot the guess by heaps. So when they reveal the answer, it's like, oh, that's not that big. So it just like shits on your whole thing. That's 100% what just happened just
I think like, to me, 30 million doesn't sound like it's a lot of money. Yeah. Australian Open's one of the big 4. Yeah. Okay, what is it? Australian, Wimbledon, US and French.
I think there's a French Open.
And if you win all 4 in the same calendar year, it's a Grand Slam, right? So has Ash Barty won a Grand Slam? Has she done a Grand Slam yet?
I think this is her first Australian Open or something. But then which one's the clay one? There's a clay. Isn't there a grass one?
Yeah, the idea is that they're all different surfaces.
Yeah. So obviously the Australian one's like concrete.
Yeah, we play like it's like a hybrid, it's like rubber almost.
It's like rubber.
It's like a hybrid floor material.
I think maybe the French one's the clay one because it's like orange.
Yeah.
And then you've got like the other ones as well.
Well, the reason it's such a big deal to win a Grand Slam is because
you're great in all surfaces.
You have to be good on all surfaces. Yeah. Like people grow up in countries where they only play grass, and so they get really good at grass, but they get to clay and they just different. Yeah, it just doesn't work. Yeah,
which is interesting. Tennis is one of those sports that like you can just sit down and watch, even though you don't know a lot about it. It makes it's still entertaining. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, that's a really good shot. Oh, that was a really fast serve. Like,
because it's so easy to see if someone wins or loses a point. Yeah. Like, it's very obvious.
It's not like a cricket or something where it's like, what's happening? Like, what the hell? What do all these numbers on the screen mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tennis was entertaining to watch.
That's good. Good.
Oh yeah. So we were talking about this before. When someone says, "Oh, hey, Michael, can you tell Lyndal I said hi?"
Yeah, like when you run in,
no worries.
It's when you run into someone.
Yeah.
And they're like, tell so-and-so I said hi.
Yeah. And then they go, yeah, no worries, I will. How often do you go tell that person that the other person said hi? Because to me, it's like
only if
ever.
Only if that person comes up again.
Within
like a day.
Yeah.
And out of like context. Like I would never go home and say, oh, so-and-so said hi.
You want to let you know. Oh, quickly, I got to tell you something. They said hello.
Thank you. Say hello back.
Say hello back.
They said hello back. And you yell it as they're walking away.
Yeah. Well, even then, if I saw someone and they say, hey, tell such and such I said hi, and then I'm telling the other person about how I saw that other person, I wouldn't be like, oh, they said hello. I would just
you just say, oh, I saw so-and-so at the shops. They're doing pretty well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know how this came up because I've written it down ages ago. I reckon someone said, oh, tell such and such I said hi. And I'm like, I'm not going to fucking do that. And I'm not going to tell them I said hi.
Speaking of running into people and stuff.
Yeah.
Have you we live in the same area that we went to high school. And so we run into people from high school a fair bit.
Yeah.
But there's also a lot of people we don't see from high school.
Yeah.
Is the idea of a high school reunion something you care about at all? Like, would you want to?
No.
I don't think...
That doesn't excite me
I'd go. If it happened, I would go, but I would never be... I'd be the last person to organise it.
Oh, I'm not going to organise it.
I don't know who...
Usually it's just someone just makes it or whatever. Like, it's just informal. Like, the school doesn't do it.
No.
But maybe in another 10 years when we're all a bit more older and you lose connection with those. But right now,
people move out
I talk to people from high school that I want to talk to people from high school.
Yeah.
There's people that I don't talk to from high school because I don't like them and they're not good people. So I'm not going to...
Yeah, so why would you catch up?
And even if there was someone that I'd want to see, I'd probably have them on Instagram or something and I'd catch up with them or something like that. It's... Yeah, but I wouldn't... Maybe, like I said, maybe when we're a bit older. But look, we only graduated, 5 years ago?
Yeah, 5 years.
Which is a long time.
That 5 years has gone very quickly.
Very quickly. But imagine in 10 years, it might be a bit different. 10 years would be a bit more
a bit different.
Bit more different.
I don't know. Apparently it's weird that I'm still friends with people that I went to high school with. You ask a lot of other friends that I've met at uni and stuff, and they don't see anyone they went to high school with.
Oh, fair enough.
Except maybe a few of their very close friends. But I feel like I run into people from our high school all the time. I think it's because we all still
stay in the area.
Yeah.
I think that's probably what... But once we start moving out and stuff, it'll be a bit more...
I think also, though, that it's our area thing to stay in the same area.
Oh, 100%.
A lot of people move out from other areas, but we stay where we are for some reason.
I've got two mates who just moved out to Coogee.
Yeah.
They just moved out to Coogee. Did I tell you this?
Yeah.
Did I? Oh, yeah. They just moved out to Coogee.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. And I was like, that's a really great idea. But while he was saying, a mate of mine, he was like, yeah, it's a really good idea. We're going to do it. And he's like, but a lot of people, a lot of my mates, I tell them, I'm moving to Coogee. And they go, why are you moving there? Why would you move all the way out there? He's like, oh, it's closer for work and it'd be a bit of fun. And they're like, why would you want to move away? Why would you want to go over there?
Why would you leave? All your friends.
And he was saying it's so hard to just you just can't have a conversation with them about that. So they just can't see past leaving this area at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the funny thing is about Coogee is that's not even that far. It's just,
no, it's not.
It's just a different suburb that's a half an hour drive away.
It's too far to be convenient.
Yeah.
And that's what those people are thinking. It's well, how are you going to catch up with your friends every weekend when you're more than a 10-minute drive?
Exactly. It's how are you going to go to the local pub? It's how about I go to a new one and meet new people? You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. When he told me he was doing it, he's like, yeah, we're moving to Coogee.
Yeah.
It was sort of worried that not worried, but he was making sure that I was like, bro, that sounds hectic. He's like, oh, bro. I tell you, I've had so many people and there's just been so many weird conversations.
Yeah. I have always said to myself that if I was going to move out or if I was going to buy somewhere, I probably couldn't afford around here anyway.
Yeah.
But if I'm going to move, I want to move somewhere else and experience a whole new area and basically set up a new life. Like, I don't want to stay around all the people I've been at high school with. No. Like, I love all my friends and I love my family, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with like stretching your wings and still keeping in contact, but not having to see them all the time. Like,
bro,
go see like, the world. It's massive. He's like, there's so much to do.
They were like, when they were talking about moving to Coogee, I'm like, that's like you said, it's that little bit too far for it to be convenient, but it's just a new area. Like it's not even, but it's weird because it's not even that far. Like you can still like, if someone's like, hey, I'm having a thing at mine and it's like a Friday night, it's like, oh sweet, it's only like a 40-minute drive away. Yeah. And it's still like, it's just,
I think it comes down to a lot of people, a lot of adults, like we're adults, we're like 23, but it's a lot of people find it difficult to make friends.
Yeah.
I think more people find it difficult to make friends, especially as like an older person than people that don't.
Yeah.
Well, like, because we're not pushed into anything through circumstance anymore. No. Like, you maybe joined a soccer team and you met people through that, or when you're a kid, or you went to play school or, you know, preschool or school, and you were just put next to people and you had to make friends with them. But at work, a lot of people don't work with people that you have to get along with or want to. And then people it's like, well, so then how do I make friends? Yeah. It's like, you got to put yourself out and like join sports teams or like
you gotta get
clubs
yourself out.
and stuff.
You gotta try new things. That's what life is about. If you stay in the same thing, doing the same thing, it's just a bit like.
But even like a lot of people wouldn't join a sports team, like a local netball team or a soccer team, unless they were invited to one.
Yeah,
because you wouldn't. Yeah, like you wouldn't just. Not many people would just put their name down and say, "I want to play. Put me in a random team, and I'll make mates. I'll be mates with them," kind of thing. Yeah. So it's kind of hard.
Yeah, I mean, oftentimes like. You'd like talk to them and then even their parents haven't left the area. Like they moved, they like went to school around here and then they stayed here. And then he's like, then they stay here. And it's like, that just sounds awful. Like I don't want to stay, like I don't want to stay here. Yeah. Like my parents were talking about moving, like me moving. And they're like, why don't you move to like Cronulla? I'm like, no, that's like too close.
Because you'd come visit me every weekend.
I'd go there I go there all the time and it's like it's a good area, I guess. But it's like, it's not far enough away to make it exciting. It's like, I go there every second weekend and it's not like, it's a cool area, like I said, but it's not like anything in the deep end or out of your comfort zone. It's
you want to move far enough away that people like your family can't just pop in. Sorry, mum and dad.
Sorry, mum. 100%.
But
100%,
like, I don't know. It just feels like if I'm gonna move and I'm gonna spend the money and then I'm gonna go somewhere that'll give me new experiences.
Correct.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, 100%. And like once you move out to somewhere new, you're forced to do things that you don't want to. You're forced to be outside of your comfort zone. You're forced to like go to places that you don't normally go to. You're forced to do all these things, and it's like also, you have no other choice.
A bit of distance makes your current relationships so much stronger, in my opinion. 100%. Because when you do catch up, it's like you've got your whole life to fill them in on. Yeah, like.
It's not like if you see them every single weekend, it's like, oh, hey, what'd you do this week?
It does become a little same. And that's fine if you're just hanging out. Yeah. But it's like, I always find it really special when I get to catch up with someone I haven't seen for so long and you just start learning everything about their life again.
100%.
It's lots of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were we talking about?
I don't know.
Before that? Remember. It was a good chat.
Remember.
No, I want to talk about you having COVID. How did you feel?
Oh, I felt terrible.
Really?
Like legit terrible for 2 days. Okay. And then after that, it was like a cold.
Well, like full bedridden, like.
Yeah, like so it started off with a little bit of like a dry, tickly throat.
Okay.
No, nothing, just a bit of a dry throat. Like and then felt 100%.
Were you away at this point when you felt that?
I was away.
So you drove home.
And then no. So I got tested and it was negative. And then it was like that for maybe 2 or 3 days. And then on like the third day at night, I went to bed and I just felt horrible. It felt like the first dose of my vaccine.
Yeah, okay.
When I got my vaccine, I got Astra.
Yep.
And it knocked me out for like 2 days. Like I had really bad fever. Like I would wake up like panicky with my sleep because of my like temperature and stuff like that. Yeah. I felt terrible. And I woke up the next morning. I'm like, I can't move. Like this feels shit.
You're away at this point.
And I was away. And so I did another test and this was like 2 days out or 3 days from my previous test when I had a dry throat and it was positive. And I was like, shit, that puts everything back a week.
So you had to drive home.
So we drove home feeling terrible. And then the next night I still didn't sleep very well. And I woke up the next one finally, and I felt mostly fine.
Yeah, so that would have been
except for like a cough.
Ish.
Yeah.
And then did Lyndal ever test positive?
Nah.
That's weird. Eh?
Yeah. So I think she probably had it because she got a bit of a sore throat.
Yep.
At the same time that I was sick, so I was like, it must have been, but she never tested positive.
What
which is crazy.
Did she get Astra as well?
No, she got Pfizer. So yeah,
I don't know if that has anything to do with it.
I'd love to talk to people that got the different vaccines and see what their effect was.
Yeah.
But I know people that got Astra and didn't feel any symptoms but tested positive.
It's real hot or cold. Some people are like, I didn't feel a thing for 7 days. Some people are like, I felt awful. So that's why I wanted to ask you. I was like, did you feel awful?
No, I felt terrible.
Yeah.
Like it was probably like, in terms of cold and flu, one of the worst I've ever had.
Really?
Yeah, but it only lasted like a day and a half.
Yeah.
It doesn't last very long.
Well, it's the same thing as a cold. Like you feel awful for like a day or two and then you feel fine.
But I don't really feel it too much, but every now and again, like I'll randomly cough now and it's just like residual symptoms that like stick with you. And I know other people 3 weeks after the fact, they can technically go out because they did the isolation and they're not like an active carrier anymore. Your body's still recovering from having it.
Yeah.
And so you'll sometimes like have a cough or like I'll wake up with like the tiniest bit of like phlegmy throat. Yeah. And I'll just like, and then I'll be absolutely fine. But it's like a residual symptom that's just like stuck around. And it's very common. Everyone that I know is like that's had COVID symptoms, like had it bad, has had the same thing.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, I was confident I had it at one point.
I made sure to like make sure I was fully over it before I went out and like spoke to people.
So like the rules are real strict. Like you wait 7 days, obviously, and then you don't need a negative test on that 7 day to leave. No. You can still be positive and go out. I think like,
well,
because apparently you could still be holding that.
You test positive for a few weeks, even though you feel better.
Yeah.
So because your body fought it, I suppose. If I did a rat test right now, it would probably be positive. Yeah. But that's just because of the nature of it. Like it's just what it does.
Well,
that's why you don't do them at the end anymore. They said at the start that you have to do you have to have a negative result to leave, but too many people keep testing positive even though they're better. Yeah. So be crazy. School kids have to do it. You know, when you go back to school in a week.
How often?
Twice a week.
Geez, that's pretty frequent.
But I don't see the point of it because
I think that's a real dumb idea.
They've been proven so inconsistent. Anyone you talk to that's had it or been around it, testing isn't consistent at all.
No,
you can have it and won't test positive. You can not have it and test positive. Like it's just.
I think that's
dumb.
I think that's really stupid because
all it's going to result in is kids missing school.
Lots of people using the tests, and more importantly is that like same with like what happened with Lyndal. Like she had a bit of a sore throat and then felt fine. Yeah, and tested negative. What if she like for that split second she would have had it, tested positive, and then now she has to stay indoors for 7 days, even though she felt completely fine. Yeah, and then she loses out on school. Yeah, it's okay. Like it's all right with work and stuff, but this is an education. I think twice a week's a bit. I think twice a week's way too frequent.
Also,
maybe like once a.
Like they're kids.
They're kids.
Like maybe high school students, whatever, make them do a test. That's fine. But primary school, like imagine telling your kid in kindergarten, all right, now it's time for the stick up the nose. Like, look back, little Johnny. And they don't like it. It's uncomfortable. Like,
it's just too much.
Like, I understand it's just what you got to do, and a bit of uncomfortableness for a 6-year-old.
Yeah.
Ultimately not a big deal, but like, still not right.
It's still a bit stupid. I mean, like, the amount of diseases that were probably going around at primary school anyways, kids aren't very hygienic.
No.
Like, it's like, you're probably going to get a common cold anyways.
Even high school people aren't hygienic.
No. So it's like what do you think is going to happen? Yeah. It's like people are going to get sick regardless of no matter, like whether they get tested.
No matter what, people are going to get sick, yeah.
Yeah. And then what about the parent? Do the teachers have to get twice a week as well?
I'm guessing because you'd have to.
But the kids aren't paying for these tests, right?
No, they're given out for free by the school.
Okay, good.
But
that would make me really annoyed.
I'm kind of lucky because I've had COVID.
Yeah.
So I won't be as susceptible if I do come in contact with it. But
which is going to be interesting because it's like
I feel like that's the case for everyone though. I know everyone I know has had it. I reckon you've probably had it because you've been around so many people that have had it.
Just alpha genes,
but you just haven't shown symptoms.
I didn't.
And it's like Lyndal, it didn't test positive.
Last time I felt mildly sick was I went out to a nightclub a while ago. I think late November, and I remember the next couple of days I had a tiny bit of a sore throat and like a little bit of a cough.
Yeah.
But this was before when there was like tens of thousands of cases. I think they're still a bit high.
I think the first case of Omicron was the next day.
That's when I got it. I reckon that's when I got it. And yeah, the Shawnacron. I started the thing. Well, yeah, I mean, there's so many cases of people.
Big boyacron.
Big boyacron. There were so many cases of like friends of mine literally being right next to someone that tested positive and they don't have it. Like, it's just so weird. Like, some people get it quickly, some people get it easy, some people get it.
I don't get it, honestly. But who cares? Let's stop talking about it. I'm so sick of COVID.
Yeah. Hopefully it just goes.
It's the new weather. It's like how long before someone brings it up.
Yeah. I just can't be bothered talking about it. Yeah. But I was curious to see whether you felt sick or not. Was my concern.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, like I did feel bad when I had it, but yeah.
Cover letters are dumb, don't you think? I think they're just stupid.
You haven't been applying for jobs?
No. Well, I was looking at. Oh, this is another topic. But did you see all that stuff about that anti-work subreddit?
No. Well, I know about it.
So basically what happened was...
I know like what anti-work subreddit is.
So they had this anti-work subreddit, which is pretty much just like people trying to fight for like more workers' rights and stuff. Because they feel like they're getting stitched up at work, which is fair. Some people get...
They're not anti-working. They're anti
just like
unfair environments and not
being underpaid, that kind of stuff
like that. Yeah.
Oftentimes people will be working and then they don't realize that they could be earning more and stuff like that. So this subreddit, people are like, oh, like... I'm doing this many hours and doing this, and I'm only getting paid this much. And they're like, dude, I get paid like this much. You need to sort yourself out. Like, you know, basically Fox News in America got on the moderator from Anti-Work, and it was this guy who, like, it was just the worst interview ever. This guy got absolutely smashed. He works 15 hours a week as a dog walker. He doesn't earn any money. He's like, I think he has sexual assault allegations on him, and like that came out after the interview.
The moderator
of the subreddit.
God.
So then everyone because obviously when you're a moderator of the subreddit, you don't own the subreddit. You just like make sure people are just
you just enforce rules.
So, but like you're not the leader. So when the moderator came on into this interview that was really, really bad, everyone at Anti-Work was just like, what the hell? Like, you've ruined this movement for us. And like, because it was on Fox News.
Yeah, he was a bad spokesman
really
for
bad
the
spokesman.
cause.
And people were angry because they didn't even know that they were having an interview and they just did it anyways.
What a pain.
And then because he's a moderator, people were like, insulting him, calling him dumb, whatever, and then he was deleting the post because he's a moderator. So it was like, so then it went private. It was really funny to watching it. Like,
right,
I was just at
I
work,
had no idea this has happened. I've been away.
But yeah, I just thought it was hilarious.
That's fantastic.
Yeah,
some of the stuff on that anti-work subreddit is ridiculous.
Yeah,
like
stupid.
The things that bosses. It's mostly American.
Yeah,
I feel
think so.
Like a lot of other countries. Actually, Europe's pretty bad too. Europe's really bad at like workers' rights at like a very low level. Like your retail workers and your
well, same here. Hospitality here gets pretty busted up.
Oh,
like, hospitality workers
heaps
get
of dodgy shit
bad.
in hospitality.
Yeah,
but there's dodgy shit everywhere. But like in America, it's just way worse.
Yeah,
like, so bad.
Yeah,
but some of the stuff I really saw one the other day that was a guy who had left the company he was working for and created his own app that did a similar thing in a similar field.
Actually, I think I saw this.
And he made... They became direct competitors.
Yeah.
And he actually passed him in the App Store.
Yeah.
And so the old boss sent him an email saying, you need to stop developing your app and give it to us because of our verbal agreement
to not
5 years ago
to
not compete in the market for 10 years after you leave our job.
Yeah.
And he's like... No. Verbal agreement.
I think it was.
That'll
hold
up in court.
Wasn't there like an email and there was like 3 options? It was like option 1,
that's delete
the app right now and give us all the revenue. And it was like option 2, give us. And then I think the third option was like, we'll give you your old job back with a 5% extra salary or something like that. And the guy's like, no. It's like, so stupid.
I did this all myself. Yeah, and like I'm way more successful.
A lot of the posts there are just like. People just like, oh, I realized how shitty my job is and I found a better one, like, by just looking. And then, then they tell the boss that they're leaving. And then oftentimes the post is just like, oh, yeah, my boss laughed at me. And they're like, well, too bad, I'm leaving. Like, oftentimes. And in there, I'm pretty sure in America, I don't know if you have to anywhere, to be honest. But the 2 week notice when you're leaving a job, you don't have to do it there, but people just do it out of
It's
courtesy.
a courtesy thing.
Which I didn't know about. I thought you had to.
You have to if it's in a contract.
Okay.
So some jobs, even if you're a part-time employee,
yeah.
part of your employment conditions might be you have to give 2 weeks notice.
Okay.
But it's not very common
Yeah.
unless you're on like a contractual
Yeah.
job. So they actually hire you like 1 year at a time or
Yeah.
5 years at a time kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
that's when it, but then sometimes you can't actually leave because you're on a contract.
Yeah.
And you
I'm
have
sure there's
to,
probably
you have
a
to
way
pay,
to get
you have
out
to
of it.
pay out of the contract, which is like, you don't get your benefits or you don't get like leave or something. You don't get to bank your leave or something like that.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
So, but yeah, I think the 2 week notice thing is mostly a myth. You don't have to in
Especially
most workplaces.
over there, I think it's a little bit... We can talk to Katherine about it when she gets here.
Yeah, we can talk. I'm super interested in Catherine's like work.
Now?
Yeah, like how it all works now. Because she's living where she works. She's an au pair.
Is she? I thought she has her own apartment.
No. Well, it's like a granny flat, but it's on the property.
It's a granny flat.
So it's
Yeah,
removed
okay.
from the house.
Yeah.
But it's still for free. She's not paying rent.
Cool. Well,
Or
good for her.
she's paying rent in a way.
Where's
that's
it at
like-
again?
I don't know. We'll talk to her about it. It's in Bronte.
Anyways.
Yeah. Do you want? You have to go to soccer.
Yeah,
maybe.
did you want to wrap this
Let's
section?
let's wrap up our personal section up, and then.
Oh, we can wrap it all up at the end when they're both here.
Yeah. So later we'll get Lyndal and Katherine on.
We're going to cut it here and
quiz them a little bit about everything.
We'll talk about some stuff. We'll think about some stuff.
Yeah, it
It's
might
going to be
be-
pretty easy to talk about.
It'll probably be a long
questions.
episode. It'll probably be a
Yeah.
very
This isn't
long
going to
episode.
stop at an hour. This will be a long episode. So
Yeah.
we'll see how we
Yeah.
go. But yeah, we'll cut it off.
Yeah.
You have anything to say? Or are you good?
No. We'll just
All right.
catch you when we have Lyndal and Katherine.
All right. Bye. I was always permanently on lower setting because I talk very loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we turn Sean's voice down.
Yeah, permanently. So I was always quiet.
You just muted him.
yeah, pretty much. Michael's
like,
like,
take us
yours
off.
is too loud. Turn it down. And I'm like, I don't speak that loud.
No, because you do this, you go ha 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 ha.
So you guys listen to it, so you know exactly what I sound like. To me, I'm like, I sound normal, but I must yell.
Sometimes I listen.
Speak into it. We're recording right now.
Oh, are we recording?
Yeah, we're recording right now.
No, well, sometimes when we're recording, I'm a quiet laugher. I stop making noise. I go like, and I'll be cracking up laughing, but on the podcast you can't hear it. So when I'm here listening back, I'm like, oh, I can't wait to hear that really funny section where we're both cracking up laughing, and it's just silence.
It's just silence.
It's like awkward. But we're here with Katherine. Would you like to say hi?
Hello.
And Lyndal.
Hello.
Welcome, guys. Welcome.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Welcome back.
Or welcome to.
Welcome. Well, to them. Welcome back.
Lyndal's been a little bit of a guest
I have
around.
been in the room many times during recordings, secretly hiding in the background.
I wouldn't say many.
A live viewing, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is strange. I feel like I'm way more nervous about what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, because there's more people in
Well,
the room.
around you, Sean, there's no shame. But now I have other people in the room to judge me.
You know, pretty often you do say dumb things. We have to edit it out. So now it's like in front of two other people.
Yeah.
So
And now we can't just like edit out the really bad like racist stuff as well.
that's all the time too. Far out. We have to cut back like half an hour of just nonsense, especially from your end.
Did you see my Instagram story not that long ago where I asked Siri to play Fellas in Paris?
Yeah, and it didn't say it.
And then it doesn't say.
Yeah.
It beeps its own voice.
Yeah.
It's like
Very funny.
Siri's raceless.
Raceless.
I don't know why.
Raceless.
I think not Siri. Google. I think Google should be able to say,
Yeah,
but maybe not.
maybe not one of them. Yeah,
Who am
well.
I to say?
So do you
Maybe
think?
not. It doesn't swear, so I wouldn't imagine
Yeah,
it
actually
saying
true.
those words either.
You know, the memory I have of Michael the night we met, you asked me to say the N-word.
No way, really?
Okay, well,
I think we need a little bit of context here.
He was like, it's not that bad. I'm sure you guys say it all the time. And I was like, no, at least I don't.
okay, look.
You are so stupid. We're talking about joking as like saying racist things, and she probably believes it. She probably thinks that we actually do say a lot
No,
of
I
dumb
know he
things.
was joking, but
I wasn't-
that's my memory of him.
Just a bad
I
joke.
wasn't being racist. I was saying.
He was testing me.
Yeah.
What a weird test.
No, so this is a few years ago. I'm not even going to deny it because it did happen.
and people can change. People can be better.
Oh, I know what you're about to say, I think. Wait, what are you saying?
Because it's not a huge thing in Australia like it is in America, the use of the N-word.
Yeah.
Like, it's really like...
Yeah, you drop it all the time.
You just don't say it over there, right? Because it's really bad in your culture and society to say it.
Mm.
And I was asking Katherine about that and what it's like and how...
I remember you saying that to
We don't really have that here. Like, people say it subjectively, objectively, all the time.
True.
Like a lot of people do. Like, we can talk about the word and say it. Well, I feel like a lot of Australians do and can.
Occasionally.
I would not agree there.
Yeah, neither. But
I think I think since 2 or 3 years ago, that party?
It's 2019.
2019, so 2 years ago, I think...
2019?
I think a lot's changed.
Yeah, that
especially
makes sense.
since the Black Lives Matter stuff. So,
Yeah.
So, maybe I...
But still a weird question, though.
I might edit all this out.
Hi guys, it's Michael in Post here. As you can see, I did decide to leave all that section in, as much as it might paint me in a bad light. But I just wanted to say that, like, I think what I was trying to say is my personal experience with the word and what I had been exposed to didn't... I didn't really understand the impact of it, but since then, and since especially in the last 2 years, like I said, I think I have been, exposed to it a lot more. And as much as we were joking about it, like I suppose I apologize, or I didn't mean to come across as insensitive as I may have. But I think it's important to leave it in there too, because it means that you can recognize that you're changing, whatever. But I will catch you guys back there.
No, leave it in. Too bad. It's funny.
Yeah, maybe.
That's so funny.
That's the impression you left on me.
Yeah. Well, you listen to the podcast, don't you?
You've known him for an hour every single week.
Yeah. I'm like, I wonder what interesting stuff that guy has to say from Australia.
Yeah, he left a lasting impression. Let's see what he is on a podcast.
So when were you followed us on Instagram and you would have seen the original post of us saying we have a podcast. Mm-hmm. Have you listened to every single episode?
I'm pretty sure I have, and I think I've listened to them all at least twice, because I always listen to them to fall asleep too.
Oh.
We just have such a soothing voice. Is that what it is?
It's any podcast. If I think about...
you're not special.
If I listen to a podcast, then I'm not thinking, and then I can go to sleep, because it drowns out my own thoughts.
Yeah.
We think for you.
We think for you. Very intelligent conversations are being had, so I understand.
I listen to the podcast most weeks. Yeah.
I'm probably the person who's listened to it least, easily.
Yeah, you don't listen at all.
Nothing. I probably listened to maybe like 3 or 4 all the way through.
Yeah.
And that's it.
I think I've listened to every single one.
And there's 83? 2? What did we figure it out? We didn't even figure it out.
Because we weren't going to figure out the title.
Because it's just going to be like the last
Because it's just going to say it's a final episode.
Yeah.
Sad.
So have you listened to every episode twice as well?
Not twice, but I have listened to every episode. There's been one that I skipped about 20 minutes because you were talking about soccer. For too long.
Yeah.
So
what were the banned topics that we weren't allowed to say? Do you remember we had a list of banned topics?
Definitely soccer.
Definitely, I think Japan, was one we weren't allowed to talk about because we spoke about that a lot.
The snow became one too.
Snow, soccer.
So were we right to ban the topics? Were they boring topics?
I believe the soccer one was justified.
Okay.
Yeah, we did speak about that a lot.
What about the snow? Or Netflix and movies?
I think movies was a lot.
The movies got pretty old pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We suck. we are awful.
We're not good at this.
We are so bad at
Probably
this.
a good idea that we're ending it, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think your first 5 were actually some of your best because those are the ones that I binged listen before Michael and I actually met in person for the first time.
So Lyndal heard me on the
Really?
podcast before hearing my voice in real life.
That's weird. No, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's an interesting way. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you brought us stubby holders.
I did.
Yeah, and you were known as stubby holder girl.
I was. That's how I was introduced to you.
Yeah.
Or that's how you recognised me when we first met.
Yeah. Because you're like, where'd you get these? These are hectic. And
You sent a photo and I was like,
just a friend. Because we weren't dating at the time.
Yeah.
I was like, I think I had figured out you liked me then.
I custom made you stubby holders.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty telltale sign.
That's a pretty big thing.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember I got it, and then you went to soccer to because your car broke down or something. And
No,
then,
I just came to watch.
Oh, so, yeah. And then that's when I met you for the first time. You're like, oh, look, this is stubby holder girl. And I was like, thank you for the stubby holder you got me. Because he sent the photo of it, and I was like, that's sick. Thinking that you only made one. And he was like, yeah, she made you one too. And I was like, oh, awesome. I was like, that's so sick. I was like, how have you met this girl? She's made me a stubby holder. And then where's yours?
Yeah, let the world be.
Yeah,
let the
go
world
ahead.
know
Reveal
that
what
Michael
Can I
has
ask
now
what a
lost
stubby
it.
holder is?
Oh my god, you may. It's like holds a beer. It's like a
It's a beer koozie.
Oh, koozie.
yeah,
okay.
beer koozie. That's
Right? Is that what they call them?
Yeah.
Koozies?
Yeah.
they'd have that. Sure.
So we
Yeah, we just call them koozies.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
I think, do we call beers stubbies? Is that a thing?
Yeah,
Like cans
like-
are a stubby?
No, a
Or
bottle
bottles?
is a stubby.
A body's, yeah, see, I've never even thought about it. It's just always been a stubby
That's
holder.
quite often a lot of slang words.
Yeah.
It's like, what does that even mean?
So Lyndal made us custom stubby holders with our Young Crumbs like logo on it with Sean and I's face. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you lost it. Is that what you...
I did lose mine.
Michael's
You
lost
lost yours.
his.
Look, to be fair, I thought I lost mine too, but then someone cracked it out at Christmas and was like, oh, look, who made you this? And I was
I'm
like,
glad
oh,
one's
thank
still
God.
floating
I was like,
around.
thank God I found it.
I do still have the template for the design. So if you ever wanted to print them in the future, I've got it.
Right.
Do you reckon you still have the old logo, like, saved on your computer somewhere?
I think so. Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I forgot
And
what it looked like.
shout out to Spool Doodles for sending me all of that stuff in the beginning before I actually knew him.
Yeah.
Oh, so you messaged him and you're like, can I have the artwork?
Yeah, I messaged Lachlan and said, could I have like the logo with a transparent background so I can create stubby
Wow,
holders?
what
And
a
I asked him
legend.
not to tell you guys, and he did it.
Well,
so
that's
good.
awesome.
Yeah.
He hadn't even met you yet. That's so
Yeah.
crazy. Aw, look at that.
Did he connect the dots once we started dating and you met?
I don't think we've ever spoken about it in person.
Strictly business.
Yeah.
No, we don't need to cross. We don't need to cross.
Nuh-uh.
Cross over those.
Don't say a thing.
relationships.
Do you reckon you still have our old intro? Didn't we have an intro?
Yeah,
We did have an intro.
Yeah.
We did.
Oh, that was bad,
I
wasn't
can
it?
probably sing it to you, I know.
Really?
Yeah. No.
Go on.
What was it? I don't remember.
It was
It was
clips
some
of the
clips.
podcast.
Yeah.
Wasn't there like a jingle over the top of it?
It was like a.
Yeah.
If only someone could sing it for us right now.
It's kind of like Darude Sandstorm.
That was, yeah. And
Sounded
then I
a
think
bit
you
like
said, you were like, get rid of it. You're like, get rid of the intro. Or something like that. You were like, maybe get something. Because I think one time we didn't put it in and you just did your harmonica. And I think you said that was way better. And that's when we
Maybe.
decided to get rid of it. I think that was the case.
What
right?
did you think of the intro, Catherine? The first one.
I just remember you guys talking about the Amazon guy's son's name. That's all. Like you guys, like
Yeah.
that joke was in there every time, and I was like, I'm
It
so
was
tired
in
of this
there.
joke.
Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Is what Elon Musk? Huh?
Yeah, Elon Musk.
Whatever it was.
XAE12 or something.
Yeah. That was in there. And there was a bit of a laugh. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you
Now
edited,
it's coming back
You
to me.
edited that laugh in. That
Yeah.
wasn't an organic
Yeah.
laugh.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
It's like
It's all coming out,
like
isn't
it's
it?
like a sitcom episode. These,
Yeah,
you just
yeah.
like you insert laughs and
It's
you make yourself
like,
sound better. It's all
Good
edited.
one, good one, good one.
None of it's real.
It's real.
So, Catherine, you're an au pair
Yes, I am.
in Sydney. Mm-hmm. We're in Bronte.
Yes.
What's that like? How old are the kids that you're taking care of?
So I have two little boys. They are 3.5 and 6, and they're great little boys most of the time. I mean, they're like any other kids that are a little rambunctious, and they love each other or they hate each other, which is
Brothers.
kind of
Brothers.
Yeah.
Brothers.
Sean and I, quite
Siblings.
similar.
Quite.
yeah.
Let me
But-
tell you. Yeah.
Yeah, they're great. They're super easy. They have like a pretty strict like diet that I have to have them stick to.
Really?
Just like super healthy food. Like they've never had like McDonald's and stuff.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
definitely, like-
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, a 3-year-old doesn't need McDonald's.
Right, and they
No.
they
But-
love
Well, that
it.
makes your job easier, right? If it's
Yeah.
like, oh, you're not allowed that, and just eat this.
Yeah.
eat
Yeah, because
this,
they don't
eat
even
this.
like they don't know and they don't even ask for it. So
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
I don't have to deny them. They're
That'd be
used to
awesome.
it.
Yeah. There's no temptations if they don't even know what it is. So that's great.
Yeah, exactly.
That's very smart.
Imagine never having had like a McDonald's chip.
I reckon if you'd had it again, like never had it, and you had it, you'd be like, oh, this isn't that great. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Make
like
sense?
someone that grows up vegan and never has meat, and then they have meat, and then they probably think
They're probably like,
it's-
oh, well, what's the big deal?
yeah,
about it?"
it's not- I don't really get it.
Mm.
It actually probably wouldn't taste that good if you tried it for the first time as an adult, like Macca's. It
that's what I'm saying. It
Because
wouldn't be
Macca's
good.
doesn't taste like food at the best of times.
It
And so if
doesn't.
your whole life you've eaten good food and then had
Yeah, if you've
Macca's,
eaten
it
nothing but
wouldn't
delicious
be-
food.
It wouldn't be nice, would it?
It wouldn't be something that you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have that again.
So
You'd be
they don't have treats? They don't eat any like chocolate or lollies, like special,
They
anything
have them
special?
on occasion, but it's more of a like reward. Like they have dessert with every meal, but it's always a fruit.
Yeah.
okay.
And then
Okay.
they have like little protein balls for dinner.
It sounds
Like for dessert,
similar to my nieces and nephews. Like they have yogurt and fruit for dessert,
Yeah.
and they eat pretty healthy as well.
Yeah.
One of them just eats Reese's Buttercups a lot.
Who's that?
Riley.
Oh.
Riley, his kid's like one.
He's an exception.
And his parents give him Reese Buttercups and he's like, he loves them.
That's delicious.
Yeah.
They're so good, Mark.
Yeah.
They are so good.
Reese's are one of those things from America that kind of only recently became a thing in Australia, like the last 5 years probably.
No.
Well,
No.
I've never had them until
Well-
No,
like 2 years
they've
ago.
been around for a while.
Oh,
I
never
reckon.
mind then.
You
Yeah,
reckon?
my dad spent some time living in America when he was a teenager, and so he's always had them around when we were little, as
Right.
like everyone would gift them to him because he loved them, and so I've seen them my whole life.
Okay.
But like peanut butter and chocolate's not is that a big thing here? Because I feel like that's really big in America.
Not
It is.
really.
It is for me. I love it.
It depends. It depends.
Not-
Oh, peanut butter Whitakers is like the best,
Yeah.
which is like a New Zealand.
But we
chocolate.
don't
that?
we don't do much peanut butter and chocolate. We love like peanuts and chocolate, like chocolate coated peanuts and stuff
Yeah.
like that, like M&Ms and things like that, but not peanut butter. I had only
Unless
ever
it's
had
a
peanut
Reese's
butter
thing.
with chocolate after I met you, Lyndal.
You're
The
welcome.
1-year-old gave me a Reese's peanut butter cup. So you have this.
Wow, this is amazing. Mike was talking about the wraps that you make with like banana.
Oh yeah,
and
the
stuff.
carb wrap.
Yeah, the carb wrap.
Yeah, you just get.
I like that nickname.
It's just like a just plain wrap, and you just put a whole banana with peanut butter in it and wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
as a
That's
snack.
a little snack. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was saying that sounds delicious.
It's
Yeah.
the best.
And put some
So
peanut
good.
butter.
If you're feeling,
chocolate.
extra naughty, you could do some Nutella in there too.
That's what I was saying. A bit of chocolate. Or
We
something.
said Milo before.
Milo?
I said I like to add a bit of Milo.
I don't know if the consistency would do it.
I have noticed it's quite dry. Because it's,
What about a bit of honey?
maybe.
Now we're onto
sure.
something. Now we're onto something.
Peanut butter and honey is a really nice combination.
It is.
If you have it on a sandwich, so good.
Speaking of sandwiches,
What? Did you just do it?
She's a
Did
natural.
you just do it? Did you want to continue this? Like, what the hell?
Take over.
Yeah. Speaking of sandwiches, wow, that was great.
See, but it's not a good segue when you point it out.
Yeah, I know,
yeah, let my
but
transition be smooth.
No,
sometimes they're a
it's
stretch. Michael's ones can sometimes be real bad. Catherine, do you like his jokes that he says?
Like like the stereotypical like dad jokes.
Yeah, you know the ones that he says, "Oh, I got a really funny joke," and he says it, and then it's like, "What the like?" You know what I mean?
I think I find your reactions funnier because you're always just like disappointed.
It's just always just like, "Oh, come on,
Yeah.
come on." I think I've laughed probably once or twice. I think.
It depends how your reaction all depends on how clever it is. If it's too easy or like
Yeah.
too dumb,
Yeah,
you
100%.
hate it.
Yeah,
But when it's like actually
it's like
quick and
damn it.
smart,
Which
that's
isn't
when
very
it's good.
often,
Which
so-
isn't very often. So that's why you don't laugh very much.
I won't ask Lyndal whether she likes them or not because I've got a good feeling that she does like the jokes.
I do like them.
Yeah,
Lyndal-
I remember the one time you were in the room and we were recording it, and he said the joke, and I see you go, and I'm like, Lyndal, you're not helping. Shut up.
Sorry, before we get okay, still on the topic of sandwiches, but is peanut butter jelly an actual thing people do? Because I don't know anyone in Australia that's ever had jam and peanut butter.
No, absolutely. It was like what I packed for like all my lunches for work when like my first year that I worked at the pizza place.
Gosh.
The pizza place.
I feel like America's a fake place until you meet someone from there.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
It's
you're-
all made up until
oh,
someone actually
oh,
goes.
you actually like that.
Yeah.
Is that a real thing? You guys really do that?
But have you ever tried it?
No, I've never had it before.
No, we call it jam.
Yeah, there's a difference between jam and jelly.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Jelly is made out of fruit juice and jam is made out of fruit.
Yeah. Do you know the difference between jam and jelly?
No.
I always thought you referred to your jam your jelly, as what we call jam. Is that right?
like-
Have you had jam in Australia, like cranberry jam or strawberry jam?
No. But like I call it like peanut butter and jelly, but I think I use jam. But
Okay. Because we call
peanut butter and jam just doesn't flow.
Yeah, that's right.
We call jelly like the gelatin.
The wobbly jelly.
It's wobbly. Imagine like a plate of
like Jello.
Jello.
Jello. So it's not peanut butter and jelly. Is that not what you put on your sandwiches?
The wobbly stuff?
Yeah.
No.
No? Oh, okay.
No.
So it's the
Wobbly
right. So
stuff.
you probably put jam.
Did you spend this whole time thinking that they put Jello?
Wobbly
No,
jam.
on their sandwich.
I thought it was jam, like what we call jam. But
Right.
I'm now learning it.
Isn't that what it is? That's what they'd put on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They put
yeah.
on jam, but they call it jelly. But it's like you said, it
But
floats
there's
off
a
the tongue.
difference
but-
between jam and jelly.
But
Yeah.
Catherine, but do you have both?
Yes, we have both. They're just made differently.
Okay, and you call them jam and jelly in America.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they just say peanut butter and jelly because it flows off the tongue
Okay.
better.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, see?
I'm
part of the culture
I
now,
think
I got
I'm
it.
thinking that jelly is not the same as our jam. It's a different thing.
So like jelly would be like grape jelly because you don't put like it would be like grape juice that you would take and make jelly. But jam would be like strawberry jam because it's like chunks of strawberry.
So their jam is the same jam that we have in Australia.
Okay, so you also
but
have
jelly
jam.
is something
Yeah.
different.
It's
Yeah.
not a...
This is
like,
like-
it's
Catch
not-
up, Michael,
It's
catch
not a
up.
medieval place. Like, they have stuff that we have. It's not completely different.
Oh, okay.
It's okay. You will learn. We'll figure it out.
There's a language barrier.
We're trying to figure it out. We're trying sorry, guys. We're
I'm
trying
doing
to
my
make
best.
this.
Okay, so anyways.
Yeah, so we got Will's sandwich finally made.
Yeah,
Do you want to give a bit more context?
yeah, so this is
Let's eat it.
like 40 episodes since we finished up the Subway saga.
I think everyone that listens to it now would know what the Subway saga was. So what I was remembering today, remember we had that beef with that other podcast?
Yeah. And they reviewed pizza.
Because they stole our idea and they were like, oh,
Yeah.
and we didn't think they listened to us. So then one of them listened to our podcast and then saw us talking smack about
yeah,
it. And they messaged us and we're like, oh, oops, sorry. That's our bad.
We're like, it's like the person you're talking shit about is behind you.
Yeah. Like,
We're
bro,
like,
man, those guys suck. Oh,
Yeah.
oops.
Oh, whoops. So we've got it here.
We've got the highest rated Subway sandwich here, which belongs to William Edgar. And before you
Has it got
delve
celery on
into and try it, I'd like to defend my sandwich a little bit.
No, don't worry about that. All right, move on. Let's eat it. No, I'm just kidding.
It's got a
No,
wonder.
the biggest thing I want to defend is that this sandwich, the highest rated, doesn't actually come with cheese.
Yeah,
And mine was
mind-boggling.
torn apart because I didn't have cheese on it. So I'm not sure how that works.
Oh, no, there's a
But on this sandwich here, the winning sandwich, we've got Italian herbs and cheese bread. No bread was actually stated, so we just got the most popular. We've got chicken classic with pepperoni, lettuce, spinach, tomato, jalapenos, chipotle, and mayo.
I don't know how this scored the highest. I'm going to say it right now.
I don't either.
I'm glad that Lyndal got a bad score. This makes it more funny. All right.
I hope you hate the sandwich and mine becomes the best.
We put you like pretty far down. Wasn't it like 4 out of 10? If you remember.
Nah, I think I got
We
a
should
6,
get the
I think
ratings
6
up.
and a half. I'm pretty sure I came second, but I'm still dirty.
I tell you what, it's not bad.
Oh, it's spicy.
It's got jalapenos on it.
I was not ready for that.
Oh.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's pretty good actually.
Yeah, it tastes delicious.
It tastes, yeah.
Just needs cheese, you know?
It's like it's like you know when like you're a young teenager and you're not very like, you don't have a mature palate. You don't like things like olives and pickles and, you know, things like that are adult flavors. It's like someone never developed those mature flavors, but just likes spice.
Wow, just bash on Will even more.
Yeah. It's not that good.
I think that's decent. But why was it at the top? I don't know.
So this is the one that you guys rated the highest.
Exactly,
So,
yeah. We were saying before, like, why did everyone else vote this? And we're like, wait, it's literally us who did
I
this.
think maybe he sent in his order way earlier when we hadn't developed a bit more.
I think that's what
a bit more
that's
of a
what it
harsh
was.
criticism.
Yeah. That's our bad.
It's
Sorry
okay.
about that, guys.
Did you? Oh, you can't.
Yeah.
So, no, that's okay. I'll edit that out.
Yes.
As well as the N-word stuff.
Yeah, so justice for me and Steph. I believe we came equal second.
Who's Steph?
I remember you being absolutely so pissed. You were so angry. You were like, why did my school get this? And this one got this one. You're like, this is ridiculous.
I got bashed for it not being toasted because you guys said that the bread wouldn't be nice enough.
Correct.
But
and you said you wanted fresh bread.
But it's fresh bread.
No, it's
Subway
not
bread,
fresh
though.
bread though.
It's Subway bread. You know?
Eat fresh. That's what they do.
That's true. They do eat fresh. That's our bad. We should have known.
Maybe it's made fresh, but not like...
They do make it. They make it there.
If you have stale ingredients but only have recently made it, is it freshly made?
Ooh. Asking the big questions.
Oh, Lyndal, this is on you. This is on you.
What's the difference between a biscuit and a cookie? Did we
A
answer
biscuit
that?
is cookie.
That was one of the first like big conversations of like, you know, you're bringing
I think...
morals into it, you know?
Are we?
Not morals, sorry.
Hands up, Lyndal.
What's the difference?
What was your
I
answer?
answer. A biscuit, so biscuit, is 2. So it cooks twice. It cooks once in the oven and once while it's cooling.
Do cookies
What?
not cook while they're cooling?
Yeah, but that wouldn't be classified as a cookie. It'd be classified as a biscuit.
How does that
Right.
work? Well, but like if you pull a cookie out of the oven, wouldn't that mean it's getting cooked twice as well? Because it's got to cool down as well.
Yeah.
Then it would be a biscuit.
Well, how do you make
cook?
chocolate
How do you
cookies
cook
then?
a cookie once?
That is a good question.
How do you stop it from cooling?
Yeah, but it
cooking while
doesn't-
cooling.
I thought a cookie was like we have biscuits and then America has cookies.
Yeah, are biscuits savory or are they sweet?
They're sweet.
Biscuits are sweet.
So you guys sort of call
Oh, they
everything
get, no,
cookies.
but they're both.
This is something I've actually wanted to ask an American. Biscuits, like the savoury buns, are they like a scone? Like a savoury scone?
Yeah, they're called scones.
They look like a scone.
I think so. They're usually like flakier. Like to me, they're like a southern dish. Like you get them from like your grandma in like Texas.
And the gravy is white,
It's a
right?
bit spicy,
What
isn't
is-
it?
Yeah. Well, if you get like sausage gravy, yeah.
Sausage gravy is white.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the white part? The cream?
Yeah, I don't know.
Sausage
But, like,
gravy.
Usually, like if I have a biscuit, it's like I'll just put like butter on it, and
Yeah.
it's like a roll.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's a scone. Right?
Yeah, but scones
But
are
it's-
sweet. You put like jam and cream on a scone.
Oh, yeah,
But you
you're
can,
right.
but you can
Look like
put
a
like
scone.
jam on like biscuits too,
Right.
or like peanut butter.
I don't think I'm any less confused.
Yeah, no. You'd have to see it to see
Yeah,
the difference.
it's hard to align it when it said like the different names. You know?
Because even if you try and explain the difference between a scone and a bread roll, I couldn't.
one's sweet.
One's sweet, one's savoury.
No, but they're not. Bread's not savoury. It's plain.
Bread is savoury.
It's nothing.
American bread is not savoury. It's so sweet.
What does Australia just do better?
Bread and coffee. Let's be real.
Democracy.
You're just roasting the places she's from.
No, but
So why do you
don't
guys
have-
suck?
Or what does America do better that Australia just sucks at?
I don't think we do much better. I don't have a lot of respect for my country.
Oh, okay. Well, you should have found that out before insulting a country anyways.
Oh, man.
So now that gives you permission to insult it even more.
Yeah, go
Yeah.
for it.
No. You did wonders for the war.
Yeah.
You did nukes.
I think the coffee here is, like, I've been there ages ago. I didn't drink coffee over there, but my parents said, like, the coffee over there is just not nice. Like, we do coffee pretty well here, is what I've heard. Do you drink
Yeah.
coffee?
Yeah, I like the coffee here a lot better. I think it's I mean, I don't know how to describe it, but I think it's better.
Yeah.
I don't like get coffee when I go out unless I absolutely have to, or I have like a caffeine headache.
Yeah, okay, yeah, fair enough, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
At home.
Yeah.
Not here.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I've heard that. Because when we went to a particular country a while ago, the coffee was like, remember it was all just like frothy? It was just all froth. Like, remember they made it like really, I don't think, do you drink coffee? Maybe it was only me who drank it.
I wasn't a huge coffee drinker. The best coffee I had in Japan, I mean, that country,
That we went to.
was...
We have to edit that out now. Bleep it. Do you remember we used to bleep things?
yeah.
Bleep people's names out. Now we're just like, oh,
No,
who
I
did
do
that?
not.
Oh, yeah, such and such. Yeah. What a flop.
No, the best coffee we had in that country was like the vending machine coffee, I think.
Yeah, the ones in the
warm
thing.
vending machine coffee. They had vending machines that gave you warm beverages, like hot beverages. You get soup, like warm soup in a can.
Were
and
they
drink
in a can?
In a can.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was all sealed and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like you'd go up to it and it's like in the snow and you'd like touch the glass and it's hot, like it's warm in there.
Right.
So it's
Yeah.
just the opposite, you know. It's like
Oh,
it's like hot in there.
Opposite of a fridge. There's a name for that, I think.
Ridge.
Oven.
We can edit that one out.
It's like an oven.
Yeah, is that cool?
It's like an oven on the side of the street that gives you warm.
It's like a ridge on the side of the street. Make sense?
a ridge.
So have you had Vegemite and stuff? Because I remember you were here, obviously, when we first met you. But you had all that kind of stuff the first time you were here, or
Yeah, I tried it the first time I was here. I didn't like it.
didn't like it.
No.
I feel like we
How
could
did you have
change
it?
that. We
Did you
could
have
change
it
that.
right though?
No, I just had it on a piece of toast
See, we can fix that. We
Alone
can fix it.
by itself.
with butter.
Oh,
It was
okay.
just like I was at like an
That's what I was
Airbnb.
gonna do.
I mean, that's how you do it right, isn't it?
I was just at an Airbnb and they had it in the fridge and I was like, fuck it, I'll try it. And then I spit it out.
Did you lather it on or just like a gentle
It was
spread?
a very small amount because I was terrified of it.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Damn it! That's literally how we have it.
I do have it.
I would say Vegemite's like pickles. like it's a similar sort of like intense flavor where you don't want much of it. Like a little goes a long way.
I don't know about you, but I can eat a whole pickle by itself.
Yeah, I like pickles.
Never mind then.
I do have my Vegemite on toast with avocado and cheese. That's
Yeah.
really-
Avocado
Cheese.
and Vegemite is delicious.
The cheese and avocado both cut through the intensity of Vegemite, I think, and make it a much more like
Enjoyable.
palatable
Experience.
experience. Yeah.
But
I do agree.
Is it something that actually like you guys all like, or is it just like a?
No, we all
we
love
all
it.
eat it.
Like I don't eat it every day.
It's
but
not a
like-
joke like drop bears. Like,
He's got a shirt that says it. Look.
Vegemite shit.
I had
That's
some for
true.
breakfast this
But like
morning.
my kids, like one of them, the kids that I watch, one of them eats it and one of them hates it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's hot or cold. Some people are just like, I hate it. Other people are like, yeah, I love it. But I don't eat it all the time. But it's like, it's always in the fridge. Just like, I don't feel like it, you know?
Yeah. It's a weird flavour though. It kind of tastes like beer, I think. It's the yeastiness of it. No?
Is it beer or pickles? You compared it to both.
What the hell, man? I love this because usually he says dumb things to me and I'm like, what the fuck is he saying? And then you guys are like also going, what the fuck is he saying? This is great.
The silence is 3 times louder.
Yeah. It's like, what the
Yeah.
pickles? What the hell?
Welcome to my life.
Yeah. Lyndal, oh my god, I can't believe it. Yeah, pickles, 100%. What about fairy bread? Have you had fairy bread?
I don't think so.
That's a
I
good
don't
one.
have
Do you
any
know what fairy bread
sprinkles.
is?
No.
It's literally just bread with sprinkles on it.
And butter.
Do you know what sprinkles are?
Yeah,
Well, I thought they might call them
It
hundreds of
sounds so
thousands
like-
or something.
I worked at an ice cream place. I know what sprinkles are.
Oh, true.
Did you forget where she worked? It was literally our content, like, for 20 minutes every episode. Like,
Yeah.
there are some wild stories that happened there.
Yeah, let's-
that was
Yeah, what's
talk
with your
about it.
workplaces?
that's so cool, but it's like it makes it interesting. There were so many stories. It was every single episode something was going on there.
Yeah, it's just never. I mean, I think it's died down
Yeah.
since I've left because I'm sometimes an instigator, but also like a lot of my.
We've got I got a podcast
See all the
in another
shit stir.
country. We need to get this content going. Come on.
But a lot of my friends have also left now, so that's like all of the.
Aww. What about the guy who dealt cocaine? Is he still there?
No, he's still there. He's still kicking.
Yeah, nice, cool.
Yep.
It's a money laundering business, I think. That's my guess.
I mean, it very well could be. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a reason we're doing so well.
Yeah.
Smoke a few cones at the Kersley Cone.
Kersley Cone.
Those are our competitors.
The wrong
damn,
one.
Michael.
What are you? You're the corner
The
cone.
corner cone.
Are they still going? Or are they shut down?
They're closed just for the winter. I think they'll open back up in the summer.
Okay.
So does the shop actually close? You don't change your products?
No. Well, like the pizza and the ice cream place are like separate sides of the building, so we just don't go in the ice cream room anymore. We just stay in the pizza side. But the Kersley Cone is just the Kersley Cone. They don't have a separate business.
Okay, yeah.
So does
Yeah.
it snow where you live?
Mm-hmm.
So snow to the point where you can't go outside?
Yeah, like we get like a lot of snow days from school. Well, like I was homeschooled, so I didn't. But I think like the first week I was here, they had 3 snow days where there was so much snow that like the buses can't operate.
Yeah.
So the school gets canceled.
So is there any support for businesses that have to close over winter?
Usually they can stay open. It's just like early in the morning, the roads haven't gotten plowed, so they can't like let the schools open that early. Because I feel like our schools open a lot earlier. Like when I was taking my kids to school, when I was like nannying there, the youngest got on the bus at 6 a.m. and he was 11.
Oh my god,
Right.
6 a.m.
6 a.m.
Like
We started at what, like 9? Not on the
Yeah.
bus though. Like that would be the first class.
Yeah.
Would be like 9.
My
Yeah.
school started at 8:40, but I
Yeah.
lived 5 minutes away, and so I'd wake up at 8:30 and still get to school on time.
That's incredible.
That's crazy.
Yeah. We started at same thing.
Do the school buses come to the house?
Yeah, like ours, like the kids I nannied for, they just like walked to the end of the driveway and it stopped there.
That's
So bus trips must be a lot longer then, if they have to go around to all the houses.
I think so, but I think like I live in like the middle of nowhere, so like there's a lot more buses that go, I think, and then. But again, I was homeschooled, so I just take this with a grain of salt because I've only worked for 2 families, and I just know from nanny.
Okay.
Yeah. But I live in like a smaller area, so there's not as many kids, so it's easier to pick them all up.
That's so interesting.
That's so interesting.
See, I know nothing about buses either because I would walk to school
Yeah. At 8:30.
at 8:30.
That's incredible.
We watch so much media that's American, like TV shows and stuff, that when we hear an Australian accent, it kind of weirds us out. We're like, oh my god. Do you
Yeah.
guys get that? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you hear it.
It's always really cringe, but
so like,
I feel like I can get it right.
It sounds like bad acting.
Yeah.
Even though they
100%.
could be really good.
Yeah.
Is it even weirder when like, I suppose you don't notice the American accent. Well, we don't really notice them. But when you hear like a Australian accent in an American movie, is it really weird?
I feel like it's like
It's
a
weird
novelty.
for us. It's like a novelty.
Yeah, like we have a customer that comes up and gets pizza, and he's Australian. His name's Neil. In case he's listening to this, shout him out.
Neil, what's up?
Neil Diamond.
Neil Diamond.
Yeah, and like we're always like, oh my gosh, it's the Australian.
Does he speak with like a thick accent? Can you tell that we're speaking with an accent?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
We
We have accents.
Well, to us, it doesn't sound like it.
But like,
Like, I feel like I don't have that big of an accent.
but like I can understand you, no
Yeah,
problem.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's that weird language barrier.
Have
We're
you
getting
met
to it.
some Australians that you struggle to understand?
People from Tasmania, I found I have a harder time
I
understanding.
feel like we would
I
struggle
think
to
we also do
understand
that. That's the same thing, yeah. They're a different breed down there, weird people.
How about
Shout out to Tasmania. Yeah, what?
How about the speed? Because I know when my sister travelled to New York, one of my other sisters who had been living in Canada had to slow down all of her words for them to understand her because she spoke too fast and no one could understand what she was saying.
Like, you think you guys talk fast?
Yeah.
Do we talk?
Do we
Yeah.
talk fast?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But I think I talk really fast sometimes. So,
No, I think you're right.
I think it maybe sounds like we talk fast because we don't pronounce things. Whereas I think it's a very American thing to say like talk, and you say the L, whereas we say like talk. We
almost like a
we
awk.
speed up
It's a
the sound.
awk.
We
butcher the English
Yeah, we butcher the
language.
sound, so we don't
Yeah.
actually sound
We
out
suck
each
at it.
letter.
Yeah. We're not very good.
But
at
that
speaking.
might be why Americans sound like they speak, because they sound out all those sounds that we don't. We skip them. Maybe.
Oh, wow.
I don't
That's
know about
really
that.
smart.
Because I think, like, especially in my family, like, we say we have the Owen mumble because we all slur all of our words together. And, like, it's something that I consciously have to do to, like, pronounce words and slow down. Like, it's something that I consciously am working on.
Yeah. Okay. You're doing a good job. You're doing a good job.
Thank you.
You don't have to worry about that here.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of Australians mumble.
Yeah. Have you ever been to a place, like, and you've ordered a drink and they said, sorry, we don't have any ice? See, that's cool. I went and got an iced coffee today and they said, oh, our ice machine's broke. So I didn't get any ice in my drink. And she stays at a cold place. That makes it cool to stay there. You know what I mean?
I have no idea what you're talking
They always get ice in their drinks. That's what I'm trying to say.
I feel like I need to wake up from this dream. You know,
We're
You never thought of that question
What
before?
are you talking about? America has ice machines.
Yeah, but they don't run out. Ours break because it's hot here. You get what I'm saying?
Why can't ice machines break?
Because it's cold there.
Not all the time.
Yeah, but not as hot as here.
Do our ice machines break because it's too hot?
Yes,
Is that why-
they get overused because it's so hot. You don't get it?
I'm not sure.
Don't get that bit?
Suddenly my biscuit comment isn't sounding so dumb.
Yeah, I feel like I've said a lot of dumb stuff. But
I'll take the cake with the dumbest one. That's my bad.
Yeah. Okay.
It's an interesting question. People will understand. People will get it.
in
I have
America,
never
do
been
the
to
ice
Christmas.
cream machines at Macca's break a lot?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a universal experience.
Yeah, that's same everywhere.
That's everywhere.
Get your shit together, Macca's. Jeez.
Yeah. Imagine being like, just fix them.
Just ruined my day. That's all I was just trying to say. It just sucked. It's like, God, I wish I lived in Michigan or something. I bet their machines don't
So,
break.
what are must go see places in America? Or I suppose you wouldn't have seen all of America, but like you've probably been around a bit.
I've been around a
What
bit.
are some of the like? What can you recommend the most? Like,
I think that like a universal thing that everybody wants to see is New York, and I think that New York's really pretty, but like, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of there's nothing really super close to it besides like Boston. If you wanted to see like cities,
right?
I would say don't go to Florida. Everybody goes to Florida, and I don't know why. I literally hate Florida.
Okay.
Florida's like the Tasmania of Australia.
Yeah. It's the same thing here, yeah.
It's just like all of like the Republican like
Just weirdos.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, we
like,
do.
I love my country people.
Right.
I would say like the West Coast is really pretty. They've got like a lot of national parks. I'm more of a park person than a city person, so
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you to go to New York. I'd rather tell you to go to like Utah and go to all like the parks and stuff.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then
National. There's heaps of national park in America, isn't there?
I think there's like 60.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. Yeah, it's a
That
lot.
is a lot.
I think it's a lot.
Yeah.
Do you know how many we have?
At least 2.
We
We
should
have
take-
been to at least 2.
We should take Catherine to Stingray Bay.
Ah, yeah.
That'd be fantastic.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
Stingray Bay?
Down in Bendalong, there's a bay where stingray live, and you can go in the water and they'll just come up to you, and you
Really?
can pat them.
Whereabouts? Bendalong?
Bendalong.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I'll come too. That sounds fun.
Yeah.
Take me anywhere. I'm down for anything. I've got
Okay.
evenings and weekends
Yeah.
free.
Yeah. We can do
Awesome.
that.
Yeah, that's a good plan.
Free accommodation down there.
Yeah, true.
Did you not consider that when you
No,
said?
not at all.
Wait, you guys have free accommodation down there?
So
Yeah,
my
mine was
parents.
free.
Oh
had a place.
yeah. Your parents. That's right. Parents' place. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
do it. Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
organise a trip.
Yeah.
We'll take you. That's the South Coast towns in Australia I told you about, where there's like 1,000 and
Yeah.
you just jump from town to town. That's that place.
Sweet.
Yeah, Stingray Bay is cool.
Is there anywhere else you wanted to see, like while you're here?
I mean, I'm sure if I like sat down and really like studied it, I'm sure I could come up with a list, but like off the top of my head, I don't have one.
Yeah, okay.
Have you been to the Great Barrier Reef?
No.
Don't
you?
bother.
What?
Really?
I would say the opposite.
I've never
Stunning.
been there. So I
It's
don't know.
nice view from plane. From above, it looks really good, but I don't know. I don't really rate it.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you been?
It's quite touristy. Like you get a ferry out there, and there's only certain areas you can actually snorkel in because it's all protected and whatnot. But when I went, I probably went like 10 years ago, and it was so cool. Although I was a bit younger, and I was probably way more amazed by a bit of coral than I would
Just
be
go to
now.
the Philippines. There's really good coral snorkeling
Just
there.
quickly go to the Philippines.
It's a very cheap place to visit.
Actually, it would be super expensive to go to the
Yeah.
Great Barrier Reef.
Yeah. You could probably buy a plane ticket to the Philippines with the same price as going to the Great
Yeah.
Barrier Reef.
I actually have like a pretty big fear of water, so I don't see myself scuba diving or snorkeling.
Okay. Maybe Stingray Bay isn't the place for you then.
I mean,
if
you
it's,
just
like-
go into your ankles.
Yeah, I mean, if it's like,
Oh, right.
it's more of like open water.
If you're going to go to a beach that will put you off swimming, it'll probably be Stingray Bay.
Why? Is it just a
Well, they're full of
'cause it's
stingrays.
got, like, yeah,
full of like
shitloads of
giant
open
stingrays.
water, not stingrays?
Yeah, but like
Still a scary experience.
I would say they're pretty close to each other on the phobia spectrum, like ocean creatures and
True,
then big
true.
water.
You don't want to make
Yeah.
it worse, I guess.
Yeah, but you can just run out of that water. When you're in open water, you can't go anywhere.
Yeah,
Just
it's
saying.
more.
That's
It's
the
more of like
scary
getting
part.
stuck in open water.
Yeah.
Like if I just walk out, I'm fine.
Don't
Like,
worry,
I can-
I've got the same thing. See, yeah.
I love open water.
I do not. When I
Well,
was,
that's probably why you didn't like the Great Barrier Reef.
No, it wasn't that.
No?
No, it just wasn't that fantastic.
Yeah,
for
okay.
price.
I've never been, so I don't
I
know.
was going to say we could go to Watermulla, but you might not like that. It's like a waterfall that you jump off into water, and you can't stand.
Yeah, I kind of peer pressure myself to try things, so like I would probably do it.
Probably do it.
That would sound like I haven't been there in ages.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I'm scared of heights, but I still skydove. So.
True.
So
did Michael. You skodove.
Skodo.
What?
Skodo.
Yeah. Let's go.
Isn't that our Prime Minister? Skodo?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, Skodo.
Why'd I laugh? That was actually a decent one, I guess.
Yeah. Is Australia expensive? Like, things
I think
things
so.
cost a lot.
I think so, but I think it's because but you guys also get paid a lot more than we do. Like, what's your minimum wage?
Like,
like 20
$7.50 a
for
week. I don't know what it is for a year.
For
No,
someone,
it'd be like
for someone
12,
over
13.
18, it's no. For anyone over 18, it's $23 or 22,
Yeah, so I thought it was in the
22.50.
20s.
Yeah,
Is it?
yeah,
Really?
I think
Oh,
ours
shit.
just reached over $9.
Yeah.
yeah. But like,
Yeah, but the exchange rate, like once you exchange it over, like
it's still only
becomes
like
like
16.
12. Like, yeah, it's not
still,
that.
it's like
true
it's
shit,
not
yeah,
much.
I bet.
There's expensive cities for sure. Like, I think that Broome was a very touristy, like the only things to do there are things to spend money on. So that's a very expensive area. But if you were to go to, Port Douglas, that's another really expensive holiday.
Yeah, right.
But like Perth or down to Melbourne, you can do it quite cheap and still
Yeah.
experience lots. So it just
Yeah.
depends on where you go.
I think some of the best stuff to do in Australia isn't the stuff you pay for. It's like the national parks
Yeah,
and
for sure.
like the natural things. We've got so many beaches. I didn't even realize how many great beaches there were around until only the last 2 years when I started traveling up and down the coast a bit more.
When you go to Foster.
You are so welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's some
Foster's
beautiful
nice.
beaches. It's like when you go to beaches that are busy, they're not as fun. Like I find. When you go to like Cronulla or Bondi, it's just not fun.
Yeah.
But if you can find a beach that's just secluded and it's chill, it's just so much better. Such a better experience. So
What are we at for time?
an hour and a half.
Okay.
Shit.
Well, we had like 40 minutes of our stuff
Oh,
before
right.
we started this.
We've probably been talking for like 40 minutes now.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And then we added that on top.
Honestly, I could go for a dip at Cronulla right now. It's quite
Yeah, it's a
warm.
bit hot. Do you have any questions for us?
I don't think so.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. We're very straight to the point on this podcast.
Well,
very,
just thank
very
you.
informative.
Thank you for providing weekly content
Yeah.
for us to consume.
Absolutely.
And we're going to miss you.
Thank you.
Are you miss us? Oh, yeah. Oh, you're talking to us. I thought you were talking
I'm
about,
talking to
Catherine.
both of
Catherine.
you.
I thought you were talking about Catherine's content. that
Thank
she
you guys for
provided.
the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
No, well, thank you for sending us gossip every week.
Yeah, that saved us some big time. I tell you what.
We've done some deep dives on your crazy
There's been
co-workers.
so many times we'd come in. You got topics? No, bro, I've got nothing.
Let's see if there's
Bro.
gossip.
You got gossip? Oh, thank God. Just this long paragraph. Oh,
It's always the last 10 minutes. We know that we've got 10 minutes of the episode sorted if you've sent us a juicy one, a juicy goss.
And it almost always is. It's always something
Yeah.
like, what am I
feel like
reading?
I feel like a lot of times it's just petty shit though, like between us and just
No.
But people love petty shit.
That's right. You can vent to us. It's fun. It's like, it's okay. It's okay.
maybe from an outside perspective it's funnier, but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think it's a lot of it. It's just like why?
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah. It was very entertaining, though. It was very entertaining.
How much were you getting paid at the corner cone?
Pursley cone.
No, that's the competitor.
Sorry, my bad.
That's the
Stop
enemy.
giving them
Sorry,
shout
cut that
outs.
out. Flip that out. Flip that out. Beep
cone.
Beep cone.
I started out at $8.25, and then by the time I quit, I was making $9.25.
Wow. Okay.
With tips?
Like because I got paid under minimum wage because I had the option to make tips. Usually, I ended up making like $30 a night with tips in ice cream, not in pizza.
Right.
Yeah.
Does
So-
ice cream tip better?
Yeah, because I think that you serve a lot more people, so even if everybody only tips like a couple cents or like $1, it just adds up quicker.
Do you instinctively tip in Australia,
No.
or have you it's gone out your head pretty quickly?
It's always like a thought, but I really haven't gone out to eat that much. But like when I got like a tattoo, I was like, oh shit, do I have to tip the tattoo artist? But then I was like, I don't think I do.
Yeah,
No,
no,
you
you don't have to. Some things like that are a lot more personal, and it's like if you worked with them on a design, it's not uncommon to tip people like artists and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't have to.
But usually you're paying an arm and a leg for a tattoo.
Usually it's a
so-
decent amount anyways. Yeah.
What tattoo did you get here?
It's on my ankle. I got flames on my ankle.
Is that the newest one?
Yeah.
I like that.
I got it.
cool.
You've got a bunch of cool tattoos.
Thank you. I got it last Sunday in Manly.
Okay.
That's cool.
Does it make you run faster?
Yeah.
It goes out in the water though.
That's
That's why you don't like water.
Her socks ignite. Oh, god damn it. Put that down.
You can only wear black shoes.
That's so stupid.
All right. Should we wrap it up?
Should we wrap it up?
The final episode? I kind of want to. I feel like as soon as we press that pause button, it's all, it's all over.
I'm going to instinctively message you next Monday. Oh, what time you want? Oh, never mind.
We can just catch up anyway.
Yeah.
We'll do something.
Yeah, well, thanks for being our social media major, by the way.
Oh, for a week.
No, you were there for a while too. You were doing good.
But that
For a
week,
little bit, but then I just got annoyed at you guys for not actually following through with anything that you said
That's
you would
true.
do, and so I stopped doing it.
Yeah, that's it.
we haven't been very good at this whole podcast thing,
No.
but it's been good fun.
It's been very good fun.
That's
It was
been
very
fun.
good fun.
It's about the friends you made along the way.
That's so true. It's about the journey. It's about the journey.
No destinations here.
It was like 2 years worth of stuff, right? Ish? Almost 2 years. But then we
Yeah.
missed out on like
80
6 months because we were in lockdown.
Well, 80. What's that? 80 episodes.
That's
Like,
a year and a
just
bit.
shy, just shy of 2 years.
Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that, yeah. Yeah. Sad.
Sad. Very sad.
Yeah. Aw.
Like,
End of an
I
era.
don't want to press stop. All right. Well, thank you for listening to the Young Crumbs podcast. My name's been Michael.
My name's been Sean.
You guys have been.
Oh, I've been Lyndal.
And
I've been Catherine.
Thank you very much for joining us on our last episode. It's good to see some voices to the characters that we've been talking about
Yeah.
this whole time.
Yeah.
you can follow the Young Crumbs podcast. On
Do we even
Instagram.
do it? Is there even a point?
We got guests.
Yeah,
we got to do the outro.
True.
Follow the Young Crumbs podcast on Instagram at the Young Crumbs podcast. No underscores, no spaces, no dots. Sean, your Instagram is
Add Sean_Wool99.
that's Sean underscore.
No, you gotta let me stop. You gotta let me stop. You gotta start from the top. Do it again.
My Instagram is MOB_Y_Dick. That's Moby Dick.
That's
We
it.
won't see you next week.
Oh, we put it that way. This makes it sound.
Bye at the end.
Yeah.
Bye.
What a